Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the fastest hour in radio. It's almost as fast as that red Ferrari that Magnum used to drive around there, Rick. This is the PM show with Larry and Nancy Manetti. Across the glass from me. Hey, guys. How's it going?
How are you?
Great, Eric. How you doing?
Oh, it's a big, exciting show today. Of course, John Pyper-Ferguson from TNT's Last Ship. He's going to be talking all about this premiere that's happening June 21st. So we're real excited about that.
Yeah, great show.
Also, Don Most going to be joining us. He's going to talk about music, his career, and a big show that he has, Rockwell Table and Stage in L.A. We'll find out all about that at the half-hour mark.
Yeah, I want to go to that.
And everybody remembers Don Most. He was Ralph Mouth on Happy Days.
Absolutely, the legendary Ralph Mouth.
We all grew up with that show.
Oh,
I really wanted Mr. and Mrs. C to be my parents.
Me too. Yeah. I did too. Yeah, and Fonzie, I wanted Fonzie to be my buddy. You know, like he's my main man. Yeah.
God, Mr. Cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Well, I hope everybody had a fabulous holiday.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
And what? Now, Larry. Forget it. Honey.
Hey, I still have my leather jacket. I remember all of that.
Yeah, we also have a magical mirror because that was a long time ago.
Well, guess what, guys? The Fonz and I were on the same audition.
I remember that.
Yeah, he was up for the Fonz on Happy Days, and I was up for, what was I up for? Mike Connor's Maddox thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we became friends. We both got the part.
No kidding.
And saw him later, and we hugged.
Hey.
And as they say, the rest is history.
Oh man, how cool! That's so cool, guys. Just a reminder, these are some of the stories that you'll probably never hear on any other radio show other than the PM show with Larry and Nancy Manetti. A whole bunch of great behind the scenes stuff. And speaking of behind the scenes stuff, of course, Aloha Magnum, Larry's behind the scenes book and issue guide that you could order directly from the website LarryManetti.com. Each copy is personally autographed by Rick himself, the man himself, Larry Manetti.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's there's a lot of recipes in there, and hopefully today we do have two guests, but I'm going to try to give you guys a recipe out there for a kind of a summer risotto that's very refreshing, hot or even cold as a salad, which I could not get to last week.
Our show has become so popular, Nancy, that we are now so booked. It's almost, we used to have the celebrity birthdays, the recipes. Now it's like we get these great guests and we have them the entire show.
I know, but aren't we so blessed?
We are so blessed.
Our producer, Courtney.
Absolutely.
And, Courtney does a great job.
She does.
Getting us fabulous guests.
Oh,
and Tomas brings us great music.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
He's flipping through vinyl right now.
Is Mike Horn still having his Sunday brunches for everybody?
Yeah, mimosas are being served, actually. Yeah, we had a big one yesterday. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That is so funny.
Just leave a quarter by the jar.
Why don't you give people the phone number if they want to call in, too?
818-353-1276 is the call-in line. 818-353-1276 is the call-in line to speak to Larry and Nancy Manetti. I'm Eric Hines, guys, and after the station break, we're going to be on with John Pyper-Ferguson talking all about TNT's The Last Ship, the new hit, and, of course, their premiere happening June 21st right after these messages.
I'm Jay Farner with some great news on how you could save an average of $3,000 per year on your mortgage. Call Quicken Loans now at 800-QUICKEN to see if you qualify for the government's Home Affordable Refinance Program, or HARP. The HARP guidelines have changed. There's less paperwork and often no appraisal required. Call 800-QUICKEN. That's 800-QUICKEN, or visit QuickenLoans.com.
Important terms and conditions apply. Call us for cost information. Equal housing lender. Licensed law 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
Geico presents Fan Mail to a Pig.
Dear Maxwell, I just want to say thank you for making my Geico Insurance ID card digital. It's easy to find on the app. It doesn't give me paper cuts, and I always have it on hand because it's on my phone. Because of this, I finally cleaned out my glove box, which was filled with years of paper ID cards. Any thought on what I should put in my glove box now? Sincerely, Trent Patterson. Trent, what can you put in the glove box? Here's a crazy thought. How about gloves?
Digital insurance ID cards, just a tap away on the Geico app.
Welcome back, everybody. It is the PM show with Larry and Nancy Manetti. And guys, I got a special surprise for you. On the line right now, I have John Pyper-Ferguson, and John Pyper-Ferguson has graced the screen numerous times. I printed out his IMDb report and to try to give you guys an update. And of course, I broke the printer and we ran out of paper, but John is on the line right now. Hey, John, how's it going?
We are poor little lambs who have lost our way. Ba, ba, ba.
Oh, thank you, John. You have a nice voice. That was a great, fun show.
I don't know about that. Yeah, man. I love that show, and I really feel like that's our connection here.
Well, it sure is, and thank you. So, listen, I'm excited that we have you on. I did and have seen The Last Ship.
You better, brother. You better.
And it's a great show. It's
I'm glad you were never exposed to the virus.
Well, I was actually. They, in the vaccination, I got that vaccination in the first season.
Yeah.
Much like all modern science, you get a little bit of it to fight it off. So that was almost our undoing.
Oh boy, it's a great show. It's Michael Bay's show, right?
Yeah, Michael Bay, executive producer. So when you sign up with him, it's going to be big time.
Absolutely. You're on TNT. What night is that on again, John?
I believe it's going to be Sunday nights again this year. They haven't, I think they're coming close to having an announcement when the premiere is going to be, but I don't exactly know when that is. I'm going to assume mid to late June, early July.
What's the set like?
I'm not. If you're referring to the other cast members, everybody's pretty fantastic. It's a really solid core of actors and friends, and I often golf with Adam Baldwin and Charles Purnell, as well as some other folks who have joined our cast this year. In terms of sets, the art direction is off the hook. For our interior studio stuff, they've recreated parts of the ship so that we don't have to go down to the naval base all the time. And I mean, that's its whole kind of scheduling nightmare for the production company, because we do go down and shoot at the Navy base in San Diego, and they'll allow us onto some of their destroyers to shoot some of the, particularly the exteriors, but also the interiors. But as you can imagine, that's a whole other thing, because you're dealing with an active duty crew, as well as they're maintaining and getting the vessel ready, seaworthy to go back out again. So there's a lot going on, and we do our best to stay out of each other's way.
So you film all of this in California then?
So far, yeah. So far it's all been in and around Los Angeles, Lancaster, Pyramid Lake, Santa Clarita, and then down in San Diego. We haven't gone out of California.
Oh, well, so many, I ask because so many productions are up in Canada or here or there. And, well, that's nice. That's great. Some of the sets. Well, you know what? Why don't you explain a little bit what the show is about? I'm sure everybody has seen it, but...
Yeah, but for those that haven't, because I want anybody that hasn't seen it to definitely watch the show.
Well, the last ship is in the pilot. We find that the Nathan James has been set out on an exercise, and they've gone silent. And they discover when they break their silence that there's been a major pandemic that has hit the world, and essentially has decimated the population by about, I think the numbers are somewhere between 80 and 85%. And it's a search for a cure. It's a kind of influenza that infects the body, and I guess a lot like Ebola, you know, bleed out of your eyes and mouth and your other orifices, and it's not a happy way to go. And of course, because this ship has been out to sea, the virus has not affected them. And on board the ship is a scientist who, unbeknownst to the captain, was also on this mission to collect and find the primordial sample that will give the clue to how to cure this virus or create a vaccine. Once they're back on board, we learn that the political entities have all fallen apart and the world is in chaos, and the crew members of this ship have to find a way home and have to find a way to help find the cure and get us back to normalcy.
This sounds really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty intense and just fascinating the way they handle everything.
See, I'm one of those who has not seen season 1. There's still plenty of time for guys like me to watch the entire first season and catch up before season 2 premieres.
Yeah, it's available probably on demand at this point, or maybe it becomes available in May. But yeah, you can catch season 2 on demand and probably on Hulu and all those other formats that you can get. People love the show. It's crazy.
Now, John, a little known fact about you, and we're going to share this with the audience, is that you have died over 40 times on screen in film and television counting. Boy, more than a cat. You have many more than 9 lives, my friend.
More than Humphrey Bogart.
I've succumbed to many different forms of death. I've been fortunate enough to play characters who have died multiple times as well.
Wow.
I played an immortal on a Highlander episode. I think I died 3 times in that episode, and came back to life. On Alphas, I had which was a superhero-ish show. My power was that I was self-healing, so I was killed in a number of episodes of Alphas, but my favorite multiple death character was Pete Hutter on Briscoe County, who died multiple times. It was a farcical Western and always just had the lamest excuses why he came back to life. The first one was because they really enjoyed the character so much. Briscoe says, "Pete, I thought you were dead," and Pete says, "I was only gut shot. Now I'm twice as mean with half the appetite."
Well, you also worked with Clint Eastwood in Unforgiven.
On my favorite Western, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
let's talk about that, John, because everybody loves Clint Eastwood, and they all love you, and that was one great movie.
When we come back, can you tell us? Come back, can you tell us about that?
Yeah, definitely. Love to.
Okay, hang on for a second. We'll be right back.
Guys, stick around. More great stuff coming up here on the PM Show with Larry and Nancy Manetti. John Pyper-Ferguson joining us for the next segment. Be sure to check out his series, The Last Ship, on TNT. The second season starting up right there on TNT. We'll be back right after these messages on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
Hi, folks. This is Larry Manetti, and many of you out there suffer from skin problems. Well, I've been telling you for months how to solve that problem. It's called Pyper-Ferguson. It's the most unique and effective formula on the market. It cleans your skin from the inside out. It gets rid of all kinds of acne on your back, your neck, your face, so you can feel and you could look like a movie star. Herpanasin is a natural supplement. It was created by Dr. Wayne Diamond and his staff, and trust me, this really works. I've been on these supplements for over a year now and never had a problem. There is no reason in the world to wake up and be afraid to look in the mirror. You trust Larry. Just try it. Call 888-467-4200. 888-467-4200.
You order a glass of your favorite Cabernet, fresh asparagus, hollandaise on the side, a filet, medium rare. You unfurl your napkin with a flair, close your eyes, and prepare to listen. Ah, there it is. The sweet music you long to hear. The sizzle. The sizzle of a Ruth's Chris steak.
The most magnificent corn-fed prime beef, broiled to perfection at 1800 degrees. Some call it a sizzle. We call it an anthem.
As the waiter approaches, you think, is this one mine or that one?
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Like Ruth always said, life's too short to eat anywhere else.
Make a reservation online at ruthschris.com or by calling 800-544-0808.
Homeowners, there's never been a more affordable time to help protect your home and loved ones. You can now get a $100 Visa card from Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, with the installation of a new ADT monitored system. Call Protect Your Home today at 1-866-669-8954. That's 1-866-669-8954. Call now. 36-month monitoring contract required. General terms and conditions apply. Visit protectyourhome.com/terms.
Hi, this is Fred Dreyer. Join me and Michael Horn on the PM Show Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, here on CRN Digital Talk. We talk about things in the sports world nobody else does. So listen in to me and Mike at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on CRN Digital Talk. And go to crntalk.com for more information on other show times. And don't forget to take us with you by downloading the CRN app on the App Store.
Welcome back, everybody. It is the PM Show with Larry and Nancy Manetti. The man who has died over 40 times, Mr. John Pyper-Ferguson, joining us here on the PM Show with Larry and Nancy Manetti. And a reminder to you guys, his show, The Last Ship. John, welcome back to our show.
Thanks, man.
So, of course, we were talking about the Clint Eastwood legendary Western, Unforgiven. Of course, we're going to talk a little bit about that before we went to break. And I know, Larry, that's one of your favorite all-time movies.
Oh, it's just a phenomenal show. I mean, Clint Eastwood has done many Westerns. They're all good. But this Western is just great. It's cinematography and the actors. And I mean, I'd give my right arm to reshoot that and be in it.
Well, they're also remaking Ben-Hur, but I don't recommend remaking Unforgiven. I think it stands alone.
Oh, yeah.
I was a young actor when I did that, and it really was an incredible experience. The Veritas of Clint Eastwood with Gene Hackman and Morgan Freeman and the late Richard Harris. He's stepping into that world and that set, and it really affected me in so many ways and really got my career going, because Clint was an amazing, is an amazing man. I remember how I would walk up to Clint and start having a conversation with him, and he's a really easygoing, powerful man. And as long as you're just talking to him like he's another guy, everything's okay. And then there'd be a moment where I'd be talking to him, and I'd be, in my inner voice would go, "Oh my God, I'm talking to Clint Eastwood!" And the moment that happened, Clint would look at me and he'd go, okay, JP, I'll talk to you later. And he'd walk away because he just wanted to talk man to man.
Wow.
It was incredible.
Wow.
And all those guys, watching Gene Hackman and Morgan Freeman do their scene in the Hoosgow of Little Bill's sheriff's office.
He was really mean in that, wasn't he?
He certainly was. He was a man defending his territory. It was fantastic.
Now, wasn't Leonardo DiCaprio in that?
No, Leonardo DiCaprio was not in that. You're thinking of James Wolbert, who played the kid.
Okay. Oh, okay. I got it. Cool movie.
Well, you've had quite a career. What was your first acting role? Was it in Unforgiven?
It was not. No, Unforgiven was a little deep in there. My first acting role, and I guess Westerns and cowboys follow me everywhere, as even being Tex on The Last Ship. My first acting role was in a half-hour pilot called Rainbow Bar and Grill. Nobody's ever seen it. And I played cowboy number 2, and
of course, yeah.
My job was to sit at a table, drink a beer, and whoop it up as the band played.
Oh, funny! That's funny. That's funny. Did you grow up here in California?
I did not. No, I was born in Australia, and I mostly grew up in Vancouver, Canada.
Well, you have no accent.
Well, you kind of have to throw that aside and become whatever is required in the role. I've also lived, I'm really an Angelino now. I've lived here for 23 years.
Yeah.
So I'm just one of those nomadic people who keeps moving wherever the sun is shining.
Well, you seem to move in all the right places, John, that's for sure.
John, Larry here. Do you like to play guitar, right?
I do indeed, yeah. I think maybe my next project is going to be getting together with a few mates and lay some tracks down and see what we can do.
Are you thinking about putting a group together?
Well, over the years I've written a whole bunch of folky kind of country songs, and I think what I want to do is get together with my friends and see. It's a bit of a bucket list thing. It's a bit of a personal vanity project, I suppose. But why not? Why not take the creative time to do it and see what we can come up with? And if I had a name for it, I'd probably call it Redneck Mother.
That's fantastic.
Well, John, thank you so much for taking time to join us today, my friend. And I want to remind our listeners out there to be sure to catch the season premiere, the second season premiere of The Last Ship on TNT, and we could all catch John Pyper-Ferguson there. Hey, John, again, thank you, my man.
Thank you.
John, thank you, and good luck in everything.
Thanks, Nancy.
Take care. Take care, mate.
All right, peace.
There he goes, guys. John Pyper-Ferguson. Wow.
Yeah, what a great guy.
What a great guy, absolutely. Guys, if you missed any portion of the interview, be sure to check out the website, crntalk.com. Download archives of all your favorite shows, including this one with the legendary John Pyper-Ferguson, and talking all about The Last Ship on TNT. When we come back, more right here on the PM Show with Larry and Nancy Manetti. We'll be back right after this.
Hi, I'm Larry Manetti from Magnum PI. Remember me? I played Rick. And over the years, I've been asked so many times to republish my book, Aloha Magnum, which is a 5-star hit. Well, folks, I did it. If you want to see the behind-the-scenes episodes and all the naughty things that went on Magnum PI, you go to the internet and punch up LarryManetti.com, and Aloha Magnum is there at your reach. I thank you for your loyalty. Take care, folks.
Homeowners, now is the season to be thinking about your roof, because all it takes is one storm to turn a small roof problem into a major leak. If it's time for a new roof, call Sears at 888-465-9720. You can save $500 if you call right now. Sears licensed, fully insured contractors can get your roofing job done right. Just call 888-465-9720. Sears has a variety of shingles and styles that are built for long-lasting performance, and you'll save $500 if you call now. So call Sears for a free and in-home consultation at 888-465-9720. Hurry, offer ends soon. Not available in all areas. Installation provided by Sears Authorized Licensed Contractors. License information available upon request. That's Sears Roofing. Call right now and save $500. Call 888-465-9720. 888-465-9720. Call Sears now and get that roof repaired. Call 888-465-9720.
Hiring caregivers is so expensive that many people can't afford it. So loved ones have to do it themselves. AARP caregiving expert Amy Goyer.
One of the most common questions I get is, how can I get paid to take care of my family member? Generally, for most people, it's just a matter of survival. Not many people can afford to not work while they're taking care of a loved one. But there are some sources of income that can help pay for caregivers. One are veterans benefits. Veterans who were in active duty during wartime and meet all the other asset and expense requirements may be able to get something called Veterans Aid in Attendance and housebound benefits.
In some states, Medicaid will pay family caregivers who provide care at home, but Medicare does not. It pays for short-term physical and occupational therapy. Another option is long-term care insurance if the policy covers home care. But some plans only cover assisted living and skilled nursing and pay agencies directly. That's Primetime Focus, brought to you by AARP. I'm Aileen Ellis.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
We are perfectionists. We do it right and don't stop until the job is done. We build commercial zero-turn mowers with maneuverability, power, and comfort. Who are we? We are Kubota. Now, during our More Power to You sales event, you can get long-term financing as low as 0% APR on new commercial-grade Z700 series mowers. For more information or to find a participating dealer, visit Kubota.com.
Oh, baby, baby, what's the matter with you? Yeah, baby, baby, what's the matter with you? You've been spending all my money and all my loving too. I'd rather see my coffin roll right through the door. I'd rather see my coffin roll right through the door than to hear my gal say that she don't want me no more.
Hey, everybody.
Here we go. Straight out of Flatbush by way of Hollywood, California, the man himself, Don Most. Don, welcome to the show, buddy.
Hey, how are you? Thanks for having me.
Hey, Don, how are you? It's Larry Manetti here.
And Nancy. Hey, that goes right into the jukebox.
That was cool, man. I thought we were on Bandstand.
Yeah, that was that's a little different than what I do in my show. It's kind of it's actually a song from like an obscure song from back in the late 30s. But it's so much fun, and I'm loving doing sort of the jazz, swing, standards, all that kind of stuff.
Well, you're doing a lot of Sinatra at the present.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, I do Sinatra kind of stuff, and Bobby Darin, who he was my like hero when I was young growing up, and I saw Bobby at the Copacabana in New York when I was like 18, and he was incredible, and he could do just about anything. And I think he, as successful as Bobby was, he was still incredibly underrated in my opinion. And
I agree.
He was amazing. So I do some Bobby and Sinatra and Dean Martin and then some of these other fun things that are like, you know, not as well known, but just great, you know, sort of like jump, swing kind of stuff.
Now, nothing better than swing. I love it.
Oh, isn't it? It's so infectious and joyous, and it just when I'm up there, you know, with these great musicians and those great arrangements, I'm like I'm just flying, you know. I feel like I'm on the ceiling. It's just such a high.
Well, you have Donnie Most Sings and Swings, and you were recently at Catalina Jazz Club and Vitello's Jazz Club in Studio City. That Catalina Jazz Club is fabulous, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I loved it. It was my second time there. It's a great venue, and they've had, you know, I mean, quite a legacy, just so many great jazz performers and you know, and pretty eclectic, not only just sort of pure jazz, but, you know, a little wider berth of you know, the Great American Songbook kind of stuff. And
right.
And I was there just a couple of weeks ago, and I was able to. I had a 17-piece band for that one, and that's just
wow.
Crazy. It was like insane. I loved it. But,
Donnie, do you realize that Jack Jones and James Darren, I think they each had 4 or 5.
They each had what?
4 or 5 pieces. That's outrageous. That's terrific.
Yeah, I was able to. I don't even know how it worked out that way. Normally, I go on with 6 or 7 pieces, but we had a guest artist. His name is Willie Murillo, and he's a great trumpet player, and he happens to play with a couple of different big bands. And he said to me, "Look, I can fill up the rest of your horn section if you want." And these guys just love to play, and it won't be exorbitant. And so, you know, we talked about it. I said, "Hey, if we can do that, that would be."
Oh yeah, great. I mean that's hip. In fact, Sinatra, if I'm correct, he had 22 pieces most of the time.
Yeah, he probably did have about that. I think that sounds about right. But
yeah.
17 is sort of like the normal big band configuration, and then from there, you know, people do their own thing and maybe build on that. But 17 sounds incredible. And but I also played in New York the club, a great club called 54 Below. I've done that a couple of times now, and then I'm going to be doing a show this Thursday on the 9th at Rockwell Table and Stage here in Los Angeles in Los Feliz, and it's a great venue, and I have it's my second time there, and they've asked me to do a little artist in residency there and be there once a month for a while. So
well, let me help you. The doors open at 6:30.
Yes,
the show starts at 8 o'clock. It's at 1714 North Vermont Avenue in Los Angeles. If I'm not mistaken, that's Hollywood, right? Vermont.
Yeah, it's Hollywood. It's the Los Feliz section. It's a really cool section, and I actually have a guest star, Judy Norton, who was on the Waltons, and she's a great singer, and she's going to do a few songs, and we'll do something together. So it's going to be a really, really fun show.
Well, folks, I'm going to give you the phone number. I'll give it to you 2 times. Grab a pencil and paper, and you can call and reserve your tickets or your table, or tell them your body's going to be there. It's 323-669-1550. 323-669-1550. Tickets are $20 a piece, and believe me, it's well worth it for Donnie Most.
Donnie, I have a question for you. Have you always been a singer, honey, even when you were on Happy Days?
Well, you know, it's funny about that. I was singing before I was acting. I grew up in New York, in Brooklyn, but I wound up being part of this professional group of kids, seven or eight of us, and we were like 14 and 15, 16 years old, and we performed in the nightclubs, the hotels in the Catskill Mountains this one summer. So I was singing and loving that, before I really got into acting in a serious way. But then I just kind of took a turn, and I won't get into that now because we don't have the time. But
we can when we get back from the commercial.
Donnie, you hang in. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about your skit on Happy Days, so hang in there.
Guys, stick around. More great stuff coming up here on the PM Show with Larry and Nancy Manetti. We'll be back right after these messages.
Now, kid, I know you look at me and think, man, that guy knows everything. And you're right, I do. But occasionally even I get stumped. I know, hard to believe. But when I need help, I get it from Grainger. Grainger can solve just about anything, from finding the right products to advice on installation to troubleshooting. Grainger gets me what I need right when I need it. When a guru needs a guru, who does a guru call? Guru calls Grainger. Get it? Got it? Good. Call, click Grainger.com or stop by. Grainger. For the ones who get it done.
We are perfectionists. We do it right and don't stop until the job is done. We build commercial zero-turn mowers with maneuverability, power, and comfort. Who are we? We're Kubota. Now, during our More Power to You sales event, you can get long-term financing as low as 0% APR on new commercial-grade Z700 series mowers. For more information or to find a participating dealer, visit Kubota.com.
What would an extra $250 a month mean to you? For some, it's a little financial breathing room. For others, it's a car payment, a home repair, or help with college tuition. Hi, I'm Jay Farner, president of Quicken Loans, and I've got some great news if you're looking to save money on your mortgage. All it takes is a simple phone call to Quicken Loans at 800-QUICKEN to see if you qualify for the government's Home Affordable Refinance Program, or HARP. Folks who refinance with HARP can save an average of $250 a month. That's $3,000 a year. Our home loan experts fully understand the HARP guidelines, and they'll walk you through our streamlined process. And for 5 years in a row now, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction. And this year, for the first time, they've also ranked us highest in mortgage servicing. Call 800-QUICKEN or visit QuickenLoans.com.
Visit jdpower.com for award information. Important terms and conditions apply. Call us for cost information. Equal housing lender. Licensed law 50 states and MLS number 3030.
She gets too hungry for dinner at 8. She likes the theater and never comes late. She never bothers with people she'd hate. That's why the lady is a tramp.
Welcome back, everybody. It is the PM Show with Larry and Nancy Manetti, and Don Most joining the stage here with us with Larry and Nancy. Welcome back, everyone.
So, Don, let's go right back to where you were.
Okay.
And that was the Catskills, and I know about the Catskills Mountains, but that's I don't know. Is that still about?
Not really. No, they most of those hotels are gone. I think there's like one or two left, and so that whole scene is kind of a thing of the past. Too bad. But this was the summer of '68 when I was there, 1 year before Woodstock, which was not too far from there. And but then when I was done with that, I decided, with the advice of my father at the time, I don't know, he kind of saw that he wanted me. He suggested that I also go into a class for serious acting study, and a more serious acting class. And it wasn't like I had to stop singing, but he just thought it would be a good thing since he saw my passion. So I started doing that, and then I really got into that. I just put the music on the side for a while, and then I started getting some work and doing a bunch of commercials, a little bit of some TV here and there, and then 4 years later, I went out to California, and started getting some work out here, and then got on Happy Days, but I didn't really, I didn't get to sing much on Happy Days because Anson Williams, who played Potsy, he had gone to Gary Marshall and suggested that they create a band, for Arnold's for us. And there's a funny story about that in Anson's new book called Singing to a Bulldog, how he convinced Gary to let him sing. And I'll let people read the book. But then when I went to Gary and, saying, hey, I sing too, but by then, he had already established Anson as the singer in the band, so I really didn't ever get to sing on the show. So, then I did a little bit of the music on my own sometimes, in some musical theater, and I did big band act for a little while. But then it's been 30 years or more since I've really done it, and for some reason at this time I decided it was more like not me deciding, it was like something just pulling me in a big way that I just knew I had to do this right now. It was the right time,
I know the feeling.
Yeah.
Well, when you get that sign, you got to go with it.
Absolutely. It was weird. It was like, it's hard to describe. It's sort of some other force pushing you, and then things start falling into place, and it's not a struggle, and it's, okay, follow that path right now, and it's not like I'm sorry?
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Sure.
Do you find that singing on stage is easier on your nerves than remembering all those lines and everything and acting?
I don't know. Not really. I don't really find it. It's just different, it seems to be using a different part of my brain, I think. I don't know that it's easier on my nerves. I love them both, and what I was about to say is, by no means do I want to, have this take away and preclude me from continuing acting and directing. As a matter of fact, I just came back from Austin, Texas, where I did a really interesting part in the film, a psychological thriller, and so I want to keep up. I really want to keep that up too. But this is just great because on the acting side, you're so out of you have no control over how things go, and this one it's sort of a little bit better because it's my show. You're not at the mercy of getting cast and then how the film's going to be edited and all those kinds of things, or the TV show, and you're sort of like the director and producer and performer all at once when you're doing something like this,
Well, it seems to be a lot more creative than for you as a performer.
Well, you can't screw up unless you get the hiccups.
Or forget the words. Well, it sounds like you've got a great, should I say, second chapter here for you, or a third chapter?
Yeah,
and
it's
it's so wonderful to see people like you and kids. I call them kids that started off when they were younger and how they reinvent themselves. And I just think it's wonderful that you've done that. And you're just such an up person, and you can't help but tap your toes when you hear those songs.
Yeah, it's that material that. They're standards for a reason. These songs have stood the test of time for like 50, 60, 70, 80 and more years, and they're just wonderful, the music, the lyrics, and when you get great musicians and with in front of a live audience, it's just such a unique and wonderful experience for me and the audience. I think. I hope it seems that way.
Donnie. I want to tell everybody where you're going to be. Doors open April 19th, 6:30. April 9th, I'm sorry.
Get it right,
Doors
cowboy.
open up at 6:30. Show starts at 8 o'clock. 323-669-1550.
Donnie, thank you so much. We wish you all the best and keep singing.
Thank you so much. I really enjoyed talking.
Good luck, Johnny.
Kaanapali Beach Hotel, Maui's Hawaiian Hotel.
Located in the heart of Maui's premier resort, Kaanapali Beach Hotel is officially recognized as Hawaii's most Hawaiian hotel and the #1 best value in Hawaii. With a range of accommodations and affordable dining options, this is the ideal setting to turn Hawaiian dreams into lifelong memories. Live Hawaiian entertainment every evening, free year-round children's programs, weekly arts and crafts fairs, welcome breakfast, and departure kukui lei ceremonies add to the value. Swim in the whale-shaped pool, indulge in the fabulous spa and hotel salon. Enjoy Hawaiian hospitality at its best at the Kaanapali Beach Hotel. Call 800-262-8450 or go to kbhmaui.com. That's kbhmaui.com. Aloha.
Kaanapali Beach Hotel, Maui's Hawaiian Hotel.
Now we know more about preventing bone loss. I'm Aileen Ellis. According to the newsletter On Health, smoking, heart disease, drinking too much alcohol, and being very thin can up the risk for bone loss. Several medicines are linked to bone loss, including some antacids, antidepressants, and prednisone. Just 30 minutes a day of brisk weight-bearing exercise can help. Walking, hiking, jogging, or dancing. So does eating fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and tuna. You'll also want to get your calcium and vitamin D levels tested. Too much isn't good. Too little isn't either. Finally, a fracture risk assessment test can show details a bone density test doesn't. Age-related changes, like the thinning of the inner layers of bones that provide structural support. To learn more, check out the Mayo Clinic's website at mayoclinic.org. That's Primetime Focus, brought to you by AARP. I'm Aileen Ellis.
Trying to sell your old car? Instead, donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind. Pickup is free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats, whether they run or not. Call right now and receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to over 50 locations. Call 1-800-785-9618. Donate your car today. That's 1-800-785-9618.
CRN listeners, don't forget what's cooking in wine with certified wine educator and master sommelier Michael Jordan, coming your way every Friday night at 6 p.m. Pacific time right here on CRN Digital Talk Radio. You'll find out about the latest trends in wine, food, and the good lifestyle. And by the way, Michael Jordan can talk to those of you that are really into wine and those that are maybe just discovering wine. The great educator Michael Jordan, What's Cooking on Wine, Friday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific on CRN.
I've got you under my skin. I've got you deep in the heart of me.
Welcome back, everybody. It is the PM show with Larry and Nancy Manetti. And guys, just a program reminder. I wanted to remind all of our listeners that we had John Pyper-Ferguson, who is the actor from TNT's Last Ship. It premieres June 21st. Be sure to catch the replay of the show to hear all that we talked about with John Pyper-Ferguson. And of course, Don Most, Ralph Malph, of course, joining us to talk about his show at the Rockwell Table and Stage. It's 1714 North Vermont Avenue in beautiful Los Angeles, California, taking place April 9th, 2015. The doors open at 6:30. The show is at 8. Be sure to get your seat, get your dinner, and sit back and watch Don Most as he performs some of the great swing hits that we all remember, we all loved growing up as kids.
Yeah, he's it'll really get your toes tapping when you see the
Absolutely.
show. It's great, just great. Yeah.
So, whose birthday is it today?
Birthday.
Well, I'll tell you. So we got birthdays here, and if it's your birthday, we wish you the very, very best. Rapper, producer, Pharrell Williams. Wonderful country singer, Merle Haggard. Fabulous actor, Billy D. Williams. John Ratzenberger from Cheers, happy birthday. Mary Lou Henner from Taxi. Let's see here. Zach Braff from Scrubs. And Candace Cameron Bure, she was on Full House and Dancing with the Stars. Wayne Rogers from MASH. Movie director Francis Ford Coppola, 76 years young. Actor Jackie Chan. Russell Crowe. Comedian and so funny Shecky Green is a mere 89 today. Peggy Lennon of the Lennon Sisters, 74. John Schneider, Julian Lennon, and Patricia Arquette, who has a new show on CSI, Cyber. It's her birthday. And our very favorite, Hugh Hefner. Unbelievable man. Probably walking around in his pajamas as usual.
Pole vaulting out of a window.
Happy birthday, everybody.
Yeah, and Hugh Hefner is 89. Cynthia Nixon, Kristen Stewart, Jackie Evanko, who was a wonderful little girl, is now 15. Fabulous singer. We wish everybody the very, very best.
Shecky Green was one of the it still is one of the funniest comedians alive.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Good old Shecky.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know what's funny about Shecky Green is that for a lot of the youngsters that are out there, and I guess I'd have to consider myself in that same age group, that we've never heard of Shecky Green, yet a lot of the comedians that we look up to now are all stealing Shecky's old material.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. Yeah,
that happens a lot.
And he did it, most of his stuff off the cuff.
Well, he was a comic genius.
Yeah.
Really funny. But he is a comic genius.
We've had him on the show. Actually, we got to tell Courtney to get him back.
Guys, I hope you didn't miss any portion of this show, but if you did, be sure to go to crntalk.com. Click on the left-hand side where it says The PM Show with Larry and Nancy Manetti. Download archives of all your favorite shows, including this one where we talked with John Pyper-Ferguson and Ralph Mouth, Don Most, right there at the website. Also, guys, don't forget to go to LarryManetti.com. Order your copy of Aloha Magnum. You know, a lot of these conventions coming up in the summertime, guys. Don't be without your official program guide to the Magnum Show, of course, with great stories from Larry and great recipes all throughout the book. Get that at LarryManetti.com. Guys, any final words for our audience out there?
Sleep warm and God bless America.
And don't forget to buckle up and don't text and drive.
Twang your magic twanger, Froggy.
Hiya, kids. Hiya.
Enjoying all your favorite CRN programming is easier than ever. It's right on your TV, through your local cable provider, and on the web at crntalk.com. But when you're on the move, stuck in a plane, train, or in your car, catch up on all the shows you missed. Or listen live to your favorites. Download our CRN app from your iPhone, iPad, and